Welcome back, everybody. How you doing tonight? I have a ton of Theros to sort. So I figured I'd sort some cards and we talk about all the new stuff coming out. There's been a lot of news coming out of Wizards the last few days here about more new sets. So to remind everybody, obviously, Theros, this set, Theros Beyond Death, which I still think is a good set. I just think the collector's boxes have completely trashed the financial values of said set currently, but I still think it's a good set, and I'm hoping it rebounds one of these days. I'm sure it will. Every product does. Anyway, so that came out in January. We also had a secret lair in January, the Year of the Rat, which makes sense. It's the Year of the Rat. Yeah, do a secret lair Year of the Rat. Makes sense to me. But that was two big releases in January alone. And then this month, February, we had 5 more secret lairs. The Theros God secret lairs. And then we also, in a few days, have Unsanctioned dropping. So that's 2 sets in February as well. We'll talk about Unsanctioned more in a minute here. Next month, March, so far, we know for sure they are dropping at least 1 set. They're dropping the Mystery Boosters. And that's not one small set. That is one, 1,200 card set, 1,200 plus cards. From all types of different sets, all kinds of reprints, all kinds of artist proofs, not artist proofs, test cards. I mean, just massive set. Nobody's really sure what to do with it yet. Looks like the boxes on eBay are pre-selling for about 107 on the low end, average about 110. We'll see what happens with all that. So we definitely have the mystery booster boxes coming March 13th, according to what I've been able to find. I did a video a couple days ago about the Challenger 2020 decks, which do look awesome. And those are dropping April 3rd, according to what's online. As far as I know, from Wizards site and other sources, it looks like April 3rd is the official release date for the Challenger decks. After that, April 24th, we have Ikoria dropping. Ikoria is a whole nother set, another expansion set. All new stuff. Lair of the Behemoths, I believe is the subtitle. So that one, I've seen a little bit about it. They haven't really released any card teasers yet or anything, but I don't know. It's too early to tell. We'll have to see. Looks like it could be interesting, or it could be a massive flop. It's one of those that could really go either direction, I think. We just won't know until we start seeing spoilers for it. But then we saw spoilers for this set for Theros, and they looked amazing. And then, look at the values right now. I mean, you can buy collector's boxes for 175 bucks right now. Sealed brand new collector's boxes. So I have picked up a few. There's a few behind me you can't really see. And I've opened, 3 on the channel already? So, yeah. Probably a pretty good investment, but don't hold me to that. I'm not an expert at this. I just started back in the game a few months ago, so yeah. I'll invest in some, but don't take my word for it. Watch somebody that knows a little bit more about that stuff and take their word for it. Or just decide for yourself. So the newest news with Ikoria, we'll go over just a couple of things that are relating to the subject at hand here, which is the timeline of sets coming out and how much product is actually going to be forced down our throats. So, with Ikoria, they announced that the boxes will have a box topper, aside from the buy a box promo, which I think is pretty awesome. I hope they do it kind of like Ultimate Masters, where there's actually a premium card box topper inside the box. I hope they don't do it like Dominaria, where they have the promo under the foiling on the outside of the box. I hope it's actually inside in a pack, and I hope it's a premium card. or a premium version of one of the cards in the set, kind of like Ultimate Masters. But we'll see. It's too early. They haven't given any more information. They just said it will have a box topper inside the box. So even after the pre-release, after you get the bio boxes and everything, everybody will still get a box topper in every box, which is kind of neat. So that's pretty entertaining. They will have collector's boxes for the Ikoria set. Yeah, trying to do two things at once here. It's not working. So they will have the collector's boxes for that set. So find a whole bunch of, I think these are all Constellation Gods. Probably should separate those and then sort those by themselves. Although I probably already passed a couple in here, didn't I? Yeah, you guys wouldn't tell me, would you? You just let me find out later. Anyway, so they've got not only the collector's boxes for that set, but there's also going to be a set of commander decks as well. I believe they said 5 commander decks. I think there's going to be 5 commander decks coming out with Ikoria that will have Ikoria cards in them, as well as, I'm assuming, a lot of other sets like they usually do in the commanders. I don't think it'll be all Ikoria commander decks. That would be kind of goofy. So they're going to have commander decks, I believe 5 of them coming out with Ikoria at the same release too. I think they're releasing it all at once. So there's that. There's going to be, so the Ikoria main set, the collector's boxes, and the commander decks. It'll be interesting to see if the collector's boxes destroy the values just like they did with the Theros set or not. That'll be entertaining to see. Kind of think they probably will. I think, hey, who let me put a green card on top of the blue cards? You guys are supposed to be watching me better. Supposed to be warning me when I do stuff like that. So I think they probably will. I think we're probably going to see about the same type of reaction. There's going to be a big pump on pre-release weekend, and then it's going to just plummet as soon as the collector's boxes hit the shelves there. But we'll see. Maybe not. It didn't do it really that bad with Throne. It just did it with Theros. So maybe this next set won't be affected by the collector's boxes as much. Maybe now that people know the routine. The question is, will it jump up as much on pre-release weekend, or will everybody just wait for the collector's boxes this time? The set may not have that initial bump at the beginning. So that's something we'll have to look out for. Okay, so that's April. So far, they have not released any information on anything in May or June, which is phenomenal because, oh my God, this is too many sets too fast. Oh, it's ridiculous. Okay. In July, they've got Core 2021 coming out. Supposed to be, so it'll actually pre-release in June, at the end of June, but the actual release date is July 3rd. On that one, from what I've seen. So, whole new core set with all kinds of new reprints and stuff to get everybody all angry and up in arms about, like every core set ever since the dawn of time. So, after that, literally 2 weeks later, I think the following weekend is the pre-release for Jumpstart, and then after that, the official release date for Jumpstart is July 13th. They've released information saying that Jumpstart will be very similar to Core 2021. However, it's going to have 500 reprints. That's right, 500 reprints. The set's only actually going to have 37 new cards. And the real kicker is that those new cards, the 37 new cards, will not be legal in any current formats. They are only legal in Legacy, Vintage, and Commander. So only the Eternal formats, which is, that's a weird play from Wizards. I'm quite shocked by that, actually. I don't know if they're trying to get more people into the older formats, which I could actually, respect, because I think they really do need to push those formats a little bit. As someone who prefers to play Vintage and Legacy, I would like to see a little more support from Wizards on those formats. So I'm totally fine with that if that's their intention for doing this, but it is a little weird that they're they're going to reprint 500 old cards in that set and release it a week after they release the new core set, which will probably have some older reprints and stuff in it as well. So the reprint monster is going to be rearing his ugly head in full swing in July. So they also announced there's going to be a... So if you're not familiar with the jump starts, actually, we'll come right back to that. So right after that, then they're going to release Zendikar Rising, revisiting the Zendikar set, which will kind of be cool for me because just like Theros, I missed the original time around, so it's kind of cool to see these sets come back to where I can actually experience them the first time when they release. So I'm not exactly upset about them revisiting these old sets. I do miss the 3 set blocks. I think that was much easier to just, keep up with everything. I did like the 3 set blocks and wish they'd bring those back. But, yeah, probably not going to happen anytime soon, so it's just a wish. And you know what they say, wish on one hand and, Anyways, so after that is... Zendikar Rising's also going to have 2 more commander decks they announced. So we're getting 5 new commander decks with Ikoria, and then we're going to get 2 more commander decks with Zendikar Rising. So they said that they really want to push Commander this year, which is funny because they also said they really wanted to push Brawl last year, and we see how well that worked. But, we'll see. Commander's a much more popular format, so it might work for them this time around. But that's 7 commander decks in 1 year. That's it's quite a bit. It's quite a lot. And very close together. So, I mean, we are looking at like two releases every single month this year already. And that's just the stuff they've already announced. And then we're not talking about, there's probably going to be more secret layers in there too, because they only give you like a couple days notice on the secret layers, it seems. So, I haven't even noticed because I wasn't set up for the email things, but I did set up for the email alerts now, just so I don't miss any more. I don't buy the secret layers. I think I don't know, it's just not for me. I don't like them. I don't like the concept. I've never been really big on just getting alternate art and flashy foily versions of cards. I'm a player. I prefer cards that are playable. I don't care if they're shiny. That's why I sell all the cool extended arts and alternate arts and foils and stuff that I get to try and recoup some of my money to reinvest into more product. So works for everybody. You guys get the cool cards. I don't have to worry about them, and I can recoup some product and make more videos opening more stuff. So I don't care about the foils. I just care about what the cards do. I don't care if they had art on them at all, to be honest. But, it is cool that they do have art. I think it is true the game probably wouldn't have been such a big hit if it wasn't for the artwork as being part of that. The artwork did help in the early days to bring the game to what it is. So I have nothing against artwork, and I think a lot of the artwork is really cool, and I do enjoy it. It's just, at the end of the day, the thing that matters most to me is what the card does, not how it looks. So, anyways, enough about my opinions on that, but my opinion on this year's roster is, oh my god, I can't afford all these sets. Can you? I mean, unless you're independently wealthy and just have nothing better to do with your money, this is a lot of stuff. I mean, this is a lot of money we're looking at here, really, in a short amount of time. I mean, and I'm not excited about any of them. I mean, I'm excited, but I'm not like, it's not like the old days. The old days, we had to wait like 3 or 4 months for a new set to drop. So when that set dropped, the anticipation was just off the charts. Everybody was just dying to get it. We all saved up money so we can buy boxes and, have pre-orders in. And, I mean, we just couldn't wait to get our hands on them and see what the new cards were and stuff. We didn't have, teasers on the internet back then either, because the internet really wasn't big yet. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't like it is now, where they would do all this like online driven kind of advertising for everything, you know. Back then it was actually, we had a couple magazines. Wizards of the Coast had one. I think it was actually like the Magic the Gathering magazine, and then Beckett had one that concentrated on mainly Magic, but the other card games as well. And then Scry was the big one. Scry magazine was the big one that where we got most of our news about upcoming sets. So I mean, you know, once a month when the Scry would come out is when we would actually have any kind of news about upcoming sets. So we didn't, you know, we had to wait to find out about the sets even. We had to anticipate the anticipation. I mean, we had to get excited about finding out about what was going to go down in the set a little bit. And they never gave cards ahead of time or anything like that, really, that I recall. I think they just kind of gave a little basic information. But anyways, the basic moral of the story here is that there is way too many sets coming out. I can't afford to invest in all of them. I'm already kind of tapped out from trying to jump back in the deep end as fast as I have here. So my credit card is looking a little dangerous at the moment. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to kind of pick and choose. I mean, even you know, the big money, big business guys are saying the same thing. They're gonna have to pick and choose. They're not gonna be able to carry every single product. The LGSs, I don't think, are going to be able to carry every single product. It's just too much. It's literally ridiculous. So, just between January and June, or July, just the sets that we've already either received this year or we know for a fact what release dates they are. So we're not talking Zendikar Rising, and we're not talking Modern Horizons 2, which is coming out this year, as far as I know. Now, this is just hearsay, but it's hearsay from, I believe, Mark Rosewater himself actually said that there will be a Modern Horizons 2, and I think he hinted at that it was probably coming this year. So, we'll most likely see Modern Horizons 2 this year. I mean, if you look at the Modern Horizons cards, they say MH1 on the bottom of them, so they don't put set number 1 on something that they don't plan on releasing set number 2 for. So I'm sure we'll see Modern Horizons 2 this year as well, but not even counting Zendikar and Modern Horizons 2. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets. That's 8 complete sets, and then each of those sets has multiple different avenues with, if you count the collector's boxes and the commanders and all this other stuff that goes along with those sets and all these secret layers and stuff. I mean, this is a lot of product. The wallet fatigue is going to be unbelievable, and I just see it running a lot of people away from the game, to be honest. I mean, there's just a lot of people that are just going to get exhausted. They're not going to be able to keep up. They're going to be like, it's too much. I got to stop. So I have a feeling Magic's already kind of getting into a little bit of a lull here right now, and I just have a feeling that that's going to get a lot worse when we see all these sets drop in such rapid succession from each other. You know, I mean, it's scary what it's going to do, because you know, my wallet's not going to be able to handle all the product. I'm going to try my best to keep up, but I don't know of anybody that's going to be able to financially really just fund big amounts of all these sets in such a short period of time. It's pretty overwhelming. All right, so to talk about Jumpstart a little bit more, because that is the hot new news that everybody just found out about, and everybody's really excited about, I believe. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's pretty cool. So it's going to have, like I said, 500 reprints. I think it's a cool concept anyway. Let me put it that way. I don't know if it's going to be cool. It's a cool concept. So there's going to be 500 reprints from old sets. Obviously, as far as we know, there won't be any reserve list reprints because, yeah, that would be major news. So as far as I know, that's all still being held up, but who knows? They could just decide at any time they don't want to do it. Anyway, but there's going to be a lot. I mean, 500 cards, that's a lot of older cards they're going to be bringing back in here, all in one set. So on top of the 1,200 cards and the mystery booster packs. So there's going to be a lot of reprinting going on here. So there's, yeah, and only 37 new cards. That's so weird. A 537 card set and only 37 of them are new cards. That's very unusual. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how all that's going to work, but I guess we'll find out. So as far as it looks like there's 20 cards per pack in the set. And then there's going to be one basic land card per pack. And 1 in 3 packs will have an extra rare. So that's kind of cool that they're actually going to be an extra rare. But the problem is, that I see, yeah, 1 extra rare every 3 packs, but these are 20 card packs. So we're looking at something that's going to be kind of similar to the theme boosters, which, if you watch my theme booster opening videos, theme boosters are absolute trash. I mean, they're junk. I mean, you pay a lot of money. I mean, these are like, what, $7, $8 packs on average. I think the retail stores sell them for like close to 10 bucks a pack for 35 cards, and you get 1 rare. And it could be, you know, a lot of them are bulk rares. It could be a total hose town pack, you know. You get hosed on a $10 pack, that is terrible. You get hosed on a $3 or $4 pack, it's like, well, not a big deal. But you get hosed on a $10 pack, you will not be happy. So if they're going to charge, like, you know, the same kind of price ranges as these theme boosters, and then you get hosed on some terrible rare in there, I just see it, you know, not being good. I mean, I'm a little scared about that. Only 1 in 3 packs gets an extra rare in these 20 card packs. I do like the fact they're only putting 1 basic land in each one, because I do hate it when they put basic lands in packs in general without doing something special with them. Like Theros, you know, full art lands. That's totally cool. You know, if they're nice lands, that's cool. But just the regular basic lands that everybody's sick of, nobody ever uses. They're just taking up space in everybody's boxes, because literally everybody wants to use some kind of special lands, either be it full art or you know, the foils or you know, something. The guild kit lands are really cool. I see a lot of people using those. But so there's gonna be, you know, I don't think they should put basic lands really in any booster packs. I think basic lands should be reserved just for starter decks. But I guess they are kind of gearing this towards, it's weird because it says Jumpstart. So you would think it would be a starter deck kind of setup, you know, and the way they're marketing it, they're saying, you know, basically you buy 2 packs, you're going to get most likely 2 different colors, themes, or you're going to get 1 big monocolor deck. But you basically, it's like a pre-designed way to put together a couple colors or a single color and create a deck that's going to function to be able to play with. So it's kind of like a starter type setup, but then it's all older reprints and tied into the core set. So I'm not really sure. Those 2 things seem like polar opposites, you know, because the older cards take a little more experience, I guess you'd say, in the game to really be able to kind of run those older cards. I mean, not that it takes more experience than run the newer cards. The newer cards aren't easier. I mean, there's more complex scenarios than new cards. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to say here. I don't make scripts or anything. I'm just shorting and rambling. It just seems weird that they're using kind of older cards instead of more like starter deck type cards to do and they're calling it Jumpstart, like it's geared towards beginners or getting people into the game. But yeah, I'm not quite seeing that synergy there, you know. It makes not a lot of sense to me that they wouldn't be printing more like welcome deck type cards in a set called Jumpstart, you know. They're using 500 old reprints instead. But, you know, maybe they're just using really weak old cards that don't have a lot of abilities and stuff. Maybe they're not going to be real powerful decks. They're going to be more beginner-based decks, and they're just reprinting older kind of cards without a lot of extra abilities and stuff. Maybe it'll just be kind of more simple, kind of, you know, Hulk smash type decks, you know. Just big creatures and some mana help or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I really honestly don't know what they're kind of gearing the deck towards, or who they're gearing it towards. The set, I mean. You know, I mean, it's a cool concept that you can just grab a couple packs and open them, and there's a ready-to-go deck. I'm not sure exactly how well it'll function, how well they've thought it out, or how well they're going to execute it, because as we've seen, Wizards sometimes executes things awesomely, and sometimes it's just not even close, like the theme packs. The theme packs are just terrible. And this seems like a very similar concept to the theme packs, which is a little scary because the theme packs are so bad, you know? I mean, so we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, that's the big news, is that set's going to have 500 old reprints and then 37 new cards that are not legal in new formats. Again, very weird. Not sure how it's going to all function or work out or kind of, you know, I mean, it's a very unusual concept. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds. Like I said, I'm curious, definitely curious. Obviously, I'll try to pick up, you know, I'm going to at least pick up one box of all this stuff to open it on the channel. You know, so I don't want to shortchange you guys and not be able to create content for every single one of the sets. So I'll probably get like one of each thing, but I'm not going to get a lot of this stuff. And normally I just buy blindly, you know. I pre-order boxes or pre-order cases, and like, I don't even care, you know. It's a new set. I want it. I'm going to put a couple boxes aside and hope they go up down the road, because, well, let's face it, back when I was buying boxes of Fallen Empires for 50 bucks at my local game store, because people were like giving them away when you'd buy a pack of bubble gum, you know, because they were completely worthless. Now you look at those Fallen Empires boxes, and you're not going to find one for less than 250 bucks. So everything in Magic eventually goes up. And even if it's a terrible set, like Fallen Empires is a terrible set. Literally, if you open a box of Fallen Empires, you've just made yourself a whole $5 bill. I mean, there's not $5 worth of cards in that box. All right, I'm exaggerating a little. There's more than $5 worth of cards in the box, but I'm not exaggerating a lot. You're definitely not going to get like $100 in cards in a Fallen Empires box. You'd be really, really lucky to get $50 in cards in a Fallen Empires box that you paid $250 for. So, that set, you know, those boxes are, I can't find one for less than 250 bucks. So, you know, if you hold on to it long enough, it will go up, even if it's a terrible set. So all you out there thinking about how bad Theros is, and you hate Theros, and it's an awful set, which it's not, but your opinion, you might think this is an awful set, but this set in 10 years, you'll be lucky to buy a box for 200 bucks. So just keep that in mind. However, you know, you're not going to get immediate returns on this set. If it's a bad set, wow, that's a really weird looking return to nature. It's like really, really dark, and it looks like the border's bigger than normal. I mean, you see that? Weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's hard to tell on camera, I think. Anyway, I'm easily distracted. Squirrel. So what was I even talking about? Oh yeah. This set will be worth money in 10 years. The average person, though, isn't going to want to hold this set to make money 10 years from now. I'm planning on getting a case of it to sit on. Probably won't get much more than that unless I find just like some stupid good deals. If it really bottoms out and people are selling it for like 60, 70 bucks a box, I'll probably pick up more. But kind of like the collector's boxes, you know, I mean, they're way undervalued right now, or way under cost. No, wow, undervalued, I guess. It's work. I guess that works. You can get them pretty cheap. You can get them for like 175, 180 bucks right now, pretty consistently across the board. Anybody trying to sell them for 200 bucks is like living in a dreamland at the moment. So, you know, I mean, I've got sellers on eBay literally sending me offers for 175 on them. And if you buy them in bulk, you can get them for about 175 right now. If you buy a single box, you pretty much find them all day long for 180, 185. So that's pretty much bottom. I don't think they can go much lower than that because that's probably at the cost at this point of what those boxes are you know, cost the people that are selling them. So they're probably just trying to unload them because they're sitting on a ton of cash that they need to free up right now. So I don't expect them to stay this low for very long, but I could be wrong. They may stay this way for a while. The regular boxes, though, people are still trying to get 90 bucks a box for the regular boxes, and the regular boxes, because of the collector's boxes, got about 80 bucks in value in them right now. I think that actually went down to 70 here in the last few days. So I think estimated value opening a box of Theros Beyond Death right now, just a regular booster box, is like 70 bucks. So I'm not opening anymore. That's why I'm sorting them all, because I'm not going to open up anything else Theros Beyond Death for a while. I might open another collector's box because those are still actually bringing in a little bit more than you pay for them because they're so cheap right now. I might open another one of those. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me open another box, another collector's box of Theros Beyond Death. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hold on to them for a while, see if they go back up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the Ikoria collector's boxes are gonna do. They could tank the main set, but I think the box topper is gonna help. I actually think the box topper that they're putting in the Ikoria boxes is Wizards kind of trying to keep the value of the standard boxes up. Because, you know, I mean, if they do like Ultimate Masters and they put an actual box topper card, as in full art foil in every single box, that's really going to jack up the price of those boxes down the road. I mean, Ultimate Masters, it really doesn't have more expensive cards in it, I would think, than a lot of the other Masters sets that are half the price of that one. But because the box topper is probably going to be anywhere between $30 and $300 if it's a Liliana or something. I may be off on that price. I don't know. I don't look up box topper prices on a regular basis. But the point is, you know, it's that one card that's kind of pushing up the value of those boxes. You know, I mean, you can buy boxes of Ultimate Masters without the box topper in there, but the same packs for like half of what you spend on a sealed box that's got the box topper in it. So obviously the box topper is the thing creating the value in the sealed boxes. So I have a feeling that Ikoria, that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to make sure that the regular boxes, the standard boxes, don't plummet like the standard boxes in Theros did because of the collector's boxes. So they're going to put a box topper. I expect to see the Ultimate Master style box topper, the full art extended foil box topper of one of the rares or mythics in the set inside every box. I'm hoping that's what they do. I'm expecting that, but I can't. Obviously, I don't know. I don't have any inside information. I don't buddy up with Mark on the weekends or anything. I don't know anybody at Wizards. I literally just got back in the game a few months ago, so I don't know anybody at anywhere. So, but that's what I kind of expect, and that's the reason I think they're doing it, is to keep the standard boxes something that's people are going to be, you know, actually buying, something sought after. And if they do that, that means that those boxes will be very investable in the future, because basically there's going to be a guaranteed lottery card in every box. And we see what that does to card box values. I mean, you look at like, you know, try and find a box of Kaladesh for less than 170 bucks right now, or try and find a box of Battle for Zendikar for less than 160, 170 bucks, you know? I mean, there's really no valuable, I mean, not no, but there's not many valuable cards in those sets aside from the box toppers, the masterpieces, the lottery cards. There's not enough value in those sets to justify the cost of almost $200 a box on those sets. Even sets like Amonkhet's over $100 a box now, and there's really no valuable cards in the set that you can justify that kind of price with. And the Hour of Devastation is over $100 a box now, and again, there's not really any super valuable cards in the set. There's a couple cards that are somewhat valuable, but nothing. There's no like $100 cards in the set. You know, I mean, it's all the chance of getting a lottery card. Why those sets are so expensive, or why those sealed boxes are so expensive. You know, so I think the box topper, just like it's doing with Ultimate Masters, if they do that kind of box topper, I think it'll really help the value of the standard boxes on Ikoria. As far as the commanders, I'm not sure. I haven't seen the decks, so I don't know if they're going to be good or not. No telling. I think it's a little weird that they're releasing commanders in an expansion set that hasn't come out yet. I mean, you would think they'd want to, you know, have actual players using the cards a little bit before they put them in commander decks. I think it's a little weird that they're releasing it, as far as I know, at the same time. It may not be the same time, but they've already announced the deck names and stuff, so, and I've already seen pictures of the decks from the big convention there. So, they've already got them built, so apparently they feel that their playtesters are smart enough to know exactly how these decks are going to work, and they've done so well in the past that it's not like they have to ban brand new cards as soon as they come out because their playtesters missed something. It's not like they do it on every single set. Poor Oko. So, you know, they've got a little more faith in their playtesters than I do, apparently. As far as I can tell, they pretty much keep their playtesters kind of locked in a room playing against each other all the time, and they don't play out a lot from what I can see. But I could be wrong. But I just don't know. I don't have as much faith as they do that they could have built commander decks with brand new sets with untested cards and untested strategies and make them function that well. So I could be wrong. They could have come up with a great product. They've been doing really good with a lot of the products. I'm not complaining at all about the quality of the products. The card quality is, you know, hit or miss, but it's not as bad as it was, I guess, while I was away. Some of the sets that they released while I was away, the cards are full on bridges. They're so bad of quality. So the quality's, you know, seems to be okay. I mean, the consistency's not, obviously. Just this set, the brand new set, like some of the cards are thicker than others, and you can tell that some of them are made at different factories. You can kind of tell the difference between the Japanese cards and the American cards, and then the I forget what the other country is that they make them in. But the products are awesome. I love the game, and I love the cards, and I think they've been coming out with some good stuff. Like I said, I even think this set, I think Theros Beyond Death is a great set. I think there's a lot of really cool cards in here that are probably going to stand the test of time. So, you know, I think they're releasing good stuff. I just think it's way too much stuff. I think that they'd slow down and really just concentrate a little bit more on the stuff they're releasing, and try to tweak them a little bit more, and just kind of slow down on the release dates. Instead of doing 17 sets that are kind of meh, maybe try and do, you know, 4 or 5 sets that are just epic, you know. But they see dollar signs, you know. They want to get as many products out there as they can so they can make profit on each one of them, because they don't really, well, they didn't really have a hand in the second-hand market until now. Now that they're doing the secret lair, they're basically cashing in on the second-hand market. They're, yeah, it's kind of shady. I'm really not a fan of the secret lair stuff at all. The cards look cool, but again, like I said, I care about functionality, not form. I don't care how cool they look. I just care how they play. I'm not going to pay a premium price for something just because it's shiny or has some kind of cutesy art on it. So, I mean, you know, the new God ones they just came out with don't look any different than they just reprinted the old Theros gods and the new constellation borders. I mean, and the new gods look exactly the same. It's pretty weak. I think the God one's pretty awful. I don't think that one's gonna. Honestly, I don't think that one's gonna age well. But I could be wrong. You know, like I said, I don't. The specialty sets and stuff, I really don't get into. I might get one of the unsanctioned boxes just to open it on the channel, but I don't see myself buying any more than just one, and I wouldn't buy it if it wasn't for the channel. I'm only going to buy one just because of you guys. I want to create content that you guys like and want you guys to be able to see it. So, those are green, those aren't white. So, yeah, I'm not gonna buy any more than one of the unsanctioned. The lands look awesome, but I'll probably just pick up some, hopefully in a collection. If not, I can always just pick up some singles or trade for them. So I'm not gonna buy any more than just the one box of unsanctioned because it's pre-con. It's pre-constructed. You know exactly what you're gonna get. So there's no gambler's premium. There's nothing that's gonna force that to go up over time. I think you'd be absolutely insane if you try to invest in unsanctioned. It's just like any other pre-con, it's not going to age well. It's going to take you literally 10 years to make money on that set, I think, because everybody knows exactly what's in it. There's no gambler's premium. It's not going to go up. I could be wrong, and let me know if you think I am, but I'm pretty confident with saying that one's not going to be a good investment for anybody. Except wizards. The mystery boosters. Now that's a wild card. That one could probably go up quite a bit because it's such a massive set. And there are still people out there that do like to collect. They're completionists. They want the whole thing. So they're not going to be able to buy a million boxes to try and create that whole set. So I think there might be some collectors out there really hunting for that set, because the reprints aren't they're dead on reprints as far as they reuse the art and everything, but there is the little planeswalker emblem in the corner, making them a whole new thing. So there will be people wanting to get all the ones with the planeswalker emblems on them. Probably not as many as a standard set, but there will be a few people out there hunting those down. So it's such a big set that there's going to be a lot of it's going to be very volatile. There's going to be a lot of hit and miss with that set. The boxes are going to be the ultimate gambler's premium because with so many cards, there's a good chance you're going to get anywhere between, like, you know, a $50 box and a $200 box. I mean, odds are it's going to be massive swings in the value because it's such a huge set. You could get all the junk rares, literally nothing but junk rares in a box, and then you could get a box with nothing but amazing rares. So that one's going to be very volatile. It's going to be very entertaining. Again, I'm probably only going to get one or two boxes of that, mainly just to open one on the channel. I might take a gamble on a box or two just to hold on to, just to see if there is people out there trying to collect them and the values go up over time, or any of the cards really spike and cause people to start grabbing a ton of those boxes. It's possible. I don't have a lot of faith in it, so I'm not going to put a lot of money into it. But I'll probably sit on a couple and hope for the best. Ikoria, I know. Well, obviously I'm going to get a case of it at pre-release, like I did with Theros, and I'll probably open that entire case right off the bat, just to kind of, because I think it's going to be a kind of neat set. We'll see. I could be wrong. It could be total garbage, total dumpster fire, like. But I have a feeling there's going to be it's going to be cool openings because of the box toppers. So I'm going to get a case at pre-release and open it all on the channel probably the week after pre-release, like I did with Theros. So I'll probably just repeat the same kind of tactic I did with this one. And then from there, I'll see if I like the set or not. If I do, I'll probably pick up another case or two down the road to sit on, depending on how finances are. But because I do like the main expansion sets. Core 21, Core 2021, I probably won't pick up an entire case of it at pre-release. I'll probably just get a few boxes and kind of see what the set's like first before I invest a lot into it. Yeah, that one's a wild card as well because, we got we got Core 20 I love. I think Core 20 is an awesome set. I think it's probably the most undervalued set out there right now. I think they did a great job with it. I think it's got a lot of really cool cards that I really enjoy. Yeah, I'm in from a box from a different factory now. I think these are the Japanese cards. They're really kind of like ashy, weird. They're like satiny. They're not glossy like the other ones. Anyway, or actually, I think the Japanese ones are the glossy ones, so I'm probably in one of the American boxes now. Anyways, I'm so easily distracted. That's why that video is already 46 minutes long. I'm never going to get this uploaded tonight. YouTube's going to hate me. My phone's probably going to die trying to upload it. Anyway, nobody's going to watch the whole thing. I guarantee it. But if you do, I really, really appreciate it. That means the world to me when people actually enjoy my videos and watch the whole things. Anyways, back to the subject before I got to cut this video off here soon. I won't be able to sort the rest of these. There's still another at least 1,000 or 1,200 comments in that box that I have to go through. So, Ikoria, because of the box toppers, I think it's going to be huge. The collector's boxes, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see if they turn out like Throne or if they turn out like Theros. If they turn out like Theros, I'll probably grab a bunch, but I'm not real big on the collector's boxes in general because I wouldn't use any of those cards for myself, really. I mean, I like them. I like some of the borderless full art cards and stuff, but I'm not willing to sacrifice the money to put them in my decks and actually play with them. I'd rather make money off of them so I can put that money into getting more playable cards. I don't care what they look like. I know a lot of people do, and I'm totally fine with that. In fact, I appreciate that because that means I can sell those cards and buy more boxes to open on the channel. So I like the fact that everybody's trying to pimp their decks now and get all the shiny, cool cards and all the alternates and variants. And I mean, I was really into that in the early days when there wasn't a lot of that around. But now it's like, it's every set, so it's not as special to me as it used to be. And like I said, I still care more about function than form. But that's just me. Everybody should do what they like to do. And if you like having those cool variants and stuff like that, go for it. I mean, they will hold value longer than the standard cards will. As long as there's variants, the standard card is going to be weaker in price. That is a fact. I mean, there's nobody denying that. Those variant cards, the alternate border or extended arts and all that, and alternate borders and everything, they will stand the test of time value-wise more than the regular card will. And they will destroy the value of the regular card. So that's good for players like me that prefer the regular cards because I can get them cheaper. But it's also good for you if you're into those type of cards because that means you've got more valuable collection down the road. So where my collection won't be worth as much because I don't have all that fancy stuff. So, that's basically, why I think it's good for everybody. But I think the collector's boxes are really hurting the standard card prices. I think there's too many variants. I think if there's one variant of each card, that would be special, you know, or not even each card. Just I'd prefer if there was only variants of the rares, or just specific cards. Like I think Throne really got it right in the standard boxes with the fairy tale borders on just like a couple of the commons and a few of the uncommons and a few of the rares. I think they did that right, you know. And I think Theros did it right with the constellations just on the gods and demigods, the constellation art or borders or whatever. So I think they got it right with the sets as far as that goes. But then the collector's boxes just totally blew it all out of proportion and overdid all of it. So the collector's boxes really kind of, I don't see them sticking with that very much longer. I think the sets that they've already got planned will probably have collector's boxes, but I think they've already learned their lesson. And if they're smart, they're probably going to discontinue the collector's boxes, or change them up to where there's something a little different and not variants of every single card, because that just ruins the standard box values. Of course, we'll have to see. The box topper in Ikoria may balance it out and may bring the standard boxes back to where they're sellable again, and the boxes are valued, but the cards inside the boxes won't be valuable. So it's kind of one of those weird little things. It all depends. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens with all that. Leave me your opinions in the comments, obviously. If you're still watching, you must be really bored. But leave me your opinions on that in the comments. If you think the box topper is going to help fix the problem so they can keep doing collector's boxes, or if you think they're going to give up on collector's boxes pretty quick after these next couple sets. I see them giving up on them even if the box toppers help. I see them changing it up. And if they're smart, they'd change it up to where there was only a few variants or a few cards with variants. That's what I think would be the best thing, is like Throne of Eldraine, have a few cards that have variants and, you know, don't make a variant of every single card. The foils are not even valuable in Theros. Nobody even cares about the foils. Some of the standard cards are actually more expensive than the foil versions in Theros because it's so easy to get the foils because of the collector's boxes. So it's kind of weird. The non-alternate arts in Theros are actually worth more sometimes than the alternate art is. So obviously there's a failure in there somewhere. So so I don't think they're going to keep the collector's boxes going, even if the box topper on the next set works. I still don't think they're going to keep them going for very much longer. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with all that. Let me know your opinions on it in the comments. And what do you think about Jumpstart? And what do you think about, 9 sets in 6 months? And big sets like 1,200 and 500 card sets in there. And commander sets and collector's boxes. And oh my God, my wallet is literally like busting into tears right now. It's just going to be terrible. It's going to be a rough ride, guys. I hope you guys are buckled up for safety and got your helmets on, because it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be bumpy for the next 6 months. I hope they realize that they're creating wallet fatigue and are going to run away a lot of players that just aren't going to want to be able to catch, or aren't going to want to try and keep up with all this madness. Hopefully they chill out and give everybody a little break during the third quarter at least, because we need it. And we're going to need it. We're all going to be pretty worn out. I can't compete in the pre-releases because I have to work Saturday mornings, and I can't take every other Saturday off for the entire year to play all these pre-releases. I mean, seriously, there's literally like, I would have to take off 9 Saturdays in 6 months. I can't afford to do that. You know, I lose money when I don't go to work on Saturdays, obviously. And, you know, because I teach music lessons, I'm kind of cheating students out of, you know, their learning if I take Saturdays off, you know. I've got some really good students on Saturdays too. So, and they're all in the morning, which, you know, makes it harder. I could, if they weren't all in the morning, I could at least just come in late to work and and still attend the pre-releases for a little while, but I did the Theros pre-release, and I mean, I had to kind of scoop and run out after the second round, and I still only got like 4 hours of sleep that night because I came home and did a quick video and stuff and wanted to get it posted about it. This card is like twice as thick as all the other cards in this whole set. It's so weird. So yeah, I only got like 4 hours sleep that night. But anyways, this video is almost on an hour. It's 55 minutes. Nobody's going to watch this whole thing. If you do, I love you. I absolutely love you. You are amazing. You are an amazing person. So I really appreciate every minute that you did watch. If you watched any of it or all of it, it means the world to me. I'm having a lot of fun doing these videos and doing the channel and stuff. I'm not getting a lot of sleep these days. I'm pretty worn out, but I am having a lot of fun doing it, and I really appreciate all the support and everything you guys do and all the comments, and keep them coming. I'll keep the contents coming. You keep the comments coming. How's that? So I'm gonna be creating a lot more other types of content as well. A lot of deck building stuff and whatnot. I just needed to kind of get my footing back in here and get back building decks, and you know, the game's quite a bit different now than it was 12 years ago when I left. So I'm just trying to get back familiar with things. I have been building some decks online and playing a lot with them, and starting to work on some paper decks again. So I'm doing a lot more playing, and I will get a lot more deck tech type stuff going on the channel to help you guys actually build some cool decks and start dominating at your LGSs or your kitchen tables or back parking lots behind, you know, Denny's or wherever you're playing. So wherever you're playing, I want to help you guys play better, so, or have more fun doing it is the most important thing. But I'm gonna finish up the other like 1,500 cards I still have to sort here before. I haven't even started. I'm just sorting by color. I haven't even started doing alphabet or anything. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching. Every video that you watch means the world to me. Hopefully I'll see you on the Patreon soon. Got a lot of cool stuff coming to there, and I am working on getting the website up and running here soon. And then there will be a lot of cool specials on single cards. That's where I'll be selling the majority of my single cards and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it, guys. I hope to see you soon, and probably a couple other videos up here for you to check out, some other box openings and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys take care.